Hi, I'm Teresa with Cuisinart, and this is Cuisinart's frozen yogurt ice cream and sorbet maker. This unit holds up to 1.5 quarts of your favorite dessert. It comes with 3 basic parts. The first is the freezer bowl. This is a double insulated freezer bowl, which needs to be in the freezer for up to 8 hours. I'd prefer to keep it in the freezer overnight to make sure that it's solidly frozen. And it goes right here on the base. Requires no ice, so there's no mess, no fuss. This is our patent pending mixing paddle, which goes right here inside of the freezer bowl, and it makes ice cream or any frozen dessert in 20 minutes or less. And then here is the cover, which has a large spout right here, which allows you to add any mix in towards the end of if you're making ice cream, you want to add chocolate chips. It's wide enough for you to add that to your ice cream. And there you have it. That's our ice cream maker, and it makes, as I said, it makes great sherbet, sorbet, ice cream. Cuisinart's frozen yogurt ice cream and sorbet maker.
Hi, I'm Mary Rogers, Director of Marketing Communications for Cuisinart. This is the Cuisinart Pure Indulgence 2-quart frozen yogurt and ice cream maker. This product is a lot of fun to use. It's really easy to operate. First, you need to put your freezer bowl in the freezer. We recommend overnight at 0 degrees, and you put it right inside. You put your ingredients in here. You add your ice cream dasher, and this is what turns the ice cream as it freezes. You put your lid on, and you'll notice the lid has a little hole in it right here, where as your ice cream's almost finished, you can add in small pieces of fruit or chocolate chips or even a couple of small pieces of nuts. And after you get all your ingredients in, you just turn it on. It's beautifully designed. It has a stainless steel housing. And guess what? In 25 minutes, you're going to have fresh, flavorful ice cream or frozen yogurt right at home.
Hi, I'm Mary Rogers, and this is the Gelateria. It's the Cuisinart frozen yogurt ice cream and gelato maker. It's 2 quarts. It's a lot of fun to use, and you can do a lot of different things. The great thing about making ice cream and frozen desserts at home is that you can control all the ingredients that you put into your frozen desserts. So let's look at the unit. Here in the front, this is a control panel, and it lights up. First, you have your ice cream, gelato, and sorbet functions. So you pick those depending on what you're going to make. And what happens is you add you prepare your ingredients, you add them inside, then you just choose your function, and you'll see the start button starts flashing, and then you just press it to start it or press it to stop it. So it's really, really simple and easy to use. This unit happens to be white with stainless accents. And then what else comes with the unit is your lid. And here this insert comes out. This is your pour spout where you can actually add the ingredients directly into the bowl. Show you that. This is your mixing paddle, This is the paddle that you use depending on everything that you're going to make with your frozen yogurt and ice cream and sorbet maker. This is your freezer bowl. I mentioned that it has a 2-quart capacity. You can see how frosty it is because I put it in the freezer overnight. That's an important thing to do. Make sure a minimum is 8 hours to prepare it to be used, but we recommend that you do it like overnight. So what we're going to do today, this is so simple and easy to use. We actually are going to make a hazelnut style gelato, which is really tasty. Basically what we did was we took the ingredients, the recipe is in the instruction manual, but we took all the ingredients necessary and cooked them together. So that's your milk and your spread, and I think there's also some other sugar, and also I think there's either baking powder or baking soda, I can't remember which, that you all cook all together, and then you're going to let it cool at least for 2 hours, and this is the mixture that you're going to get. And then all we're going to do, it's important that that's cold before you actually put it inside the unit. All we're going to do, you can pour it through this hole, but I just don't want to, make sure I don't make a mess. Just pour this inside and scoop everything out. So we don't miss any little tasty bits there. Then all we're going to do is put the lid on, and the lid is curved in the front. That's the part that goes on the front. And this actually holds down the mixing paddle. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on, we're going to let it mix, and then towards the end I'm going to add the actual hazelnuts to it. Let's get started. And the other thing too I want to mention is that this has an auto off feature, so when it's done it'll turn off automatically. So I'm going to turn it on, and then we're going to come back and you're going to see how beautifully we've made a gorgeous dessert. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our hazelnuts at this point. We're just going to remove this little lid insert and put them in. And we're going to just give it a few minutes to mix, and then it'll be all done. Okay, so let's turn the machine off. It's done mixing. And let's remove our lid and our paddle. It's good to have a spatula handy for this part, so you can just get the gelato away from the paddle. Looks really yummy. The great thing about making homemade ice cream is it's not only fun, but it's flavorful. It's also great too, because you know if you want to use really super high quality ingredients, you can. You know exactly what's going in your ice cream. So that's, get the paddle. Okay. I'm just going to turn this upside down. I didn't save a bowl. Let's scoop it out. If this is really nice and firm, so we're just going to plate it directly. And if you wanted, you could have saved a few of the hazelnuts so that you could sprinkle them on top. I didn't think to do that. It's a really generous portion. But it's really tasty, it's really flavorful. It's actually really pretty too. So there you have it, the Cuisinart Gelateria Ice Cream Sorbet and Gelato Maker.
Hi, I'm Mary Rogers, Director of Marketing Communications for Cuisinart. This is the Cuisinart Soft Serve Ice Cream Maker. It's a lot of fun to use. It's great to do with your kids or with your nieces and nephews. It makes 1.5 quarts of soft serve style ice cream, and you can even use a yogurt recipe in this. It's a lot of fun. It's really easy to use. Let me just show you. You lift this up. This is where your dasher is and your auger, which helps dispense your ice cream. This is your freezer bowl. This goes right in the freezer. We recommend that you put it in there overnight or at least for 8 hours at 0 degrees. You can mount this right back on, clicks right into place, and there's a pour hole here so you can add your ingredients through here or put them in before you put the lid on. It's really simple to operate. There's a little dial on the side. You turn it on, and in about 20-25 minutes, you'll have soft serve ice cream. It's really fun to use. You just pull down this handle like this, and it'll dispense your ice cream. But the part that kids love the best are the mix-it-ins. There's 3 containers right here in which you can have your mix-it-ins. The thing to remember is we give you this little cone, and if the item fits through this cone hole, then you can use it as a mix-it-in. That's very important. The way to activate it is pull out your little lever. You can choose 1, 2, or 3 mix-it-ins at one time, and it'll be dispensed into your ice cream as you pull the handle down. This right here is where you can put your cones. You can either put flat cones like I used, or you can use waffle cones. It has a really nice drip tray right here which will catch any spills or drips that you made. It's a lot of fun to use. It's a lot of fun for kids to do with you also. So enjoy homemade soft serve ice cream.
Hi, I'm Daniel Green. My family's weird. They like ice cream, can you imagine? Maybe yours does too. But I don't like giving them the store-bought ice creams that are full of additives and artificial ingredients. Things like modified cornstarch, gelatin, artificial flavor. Who needs that stuff? Homemade is a lot better. But it's also a lot harder than grabbing a couple of pints at the grocery store. Or is it? Not with this, the Gourmet Ice Creamery Express All-in-One Ice Cream Maker Pro. This is truly an advanced unit with an internal cooling system so that you never need to pre-freeze the bowl. It makes 2 pints of delicious creamy ice cream in less than an hour. The Ice Creamery Express also gives you control over the softness of your ice cream. But the thing is, you control the ingredient list, like fresh cream, fresh eggs, fresh fruit, natural flavorings, and absolutely no stabilizers or preservatives. It's healthier and it tastes a lot better too. Right, let's make some ice cream. Choose from a dozen delectable desserts in the included recipe book, including a recipe for natural fruit sorbet. You can also do gelato and frozen yogurt. Let's go for a classic. Mint chocolate chip ice cream. Simmer together heavy cream, whole milk, sugar, vanilla, and a pinch of salt over a low heat until the sugar has dissolved. Add a large handful of fresh mint leaves after it comes off the fire and allow it to cool slightly. Or let that cool in the refrigerator overnight. As I pour the base into the Ice Creamery Express, I want to choose the hard ice cream button. The internal refrigeration chills the ice cream while it's churning for a creamy and rich texture that's hard to believe. A beep will tell you when the cycle is complete. Pour the ice cream into a container and stir in a cup of chocolate chips. Put it in the freezer and don't tell anyone about it if you want it to still be there to serve for dinner.
Hi, I'm Mary Rogers, and this is the Cuisinart 1.5 quart compressor style ice cream and gelato maker. You can do both styles of desserts, and the reason is we have 2 different paddles. One is specifically designed for ice cream and the other is specifically designed for gelato. And the reason is that gelato has a lot less air in it. It's much more dense than an ice cream. Ice cream is more aerated, and so we have designed 2 different paddles for you to use to get the perfect result for a great gelato or an ice cream. The other thing I want to show you is this is the 1.5 quart removable container. Just put that right back in there. And we're going to put the paddle in. You can see how it goes in. And the next thing that you have here is your locking lid. You just line up the arrow with the unlock signal,
and turn it towards the locking icon. Also here you have a little window where you can add your ingredients or any mix-ins when you're making your ice cream or gelato. Has a beautiful stainless steel finish, and like I said, it has a compressor, and the benefit of that is that you can make ice cream or gelato at any time. You don't have to chill a container overnight in the freezer, and you can also make batch after batch of ice cream or gelato. It has a control panel here, which is black, and it's surrounded by a really nice accent of brushed stainless steel, as is the front. It has a power button, a 60-minute timer, and then also a start-stop button. It's beautifully designed, and it's also a lot of fun to make homemade ice cream or gelato. So we can get started with our ingredients. Today we're making a fresh strawberry ice cream, and I'm just going to take off the lid right now because it's just, I don't want to splash. I'm just going to stir this around a little bit. I prepared this in advance so that we'd have it all ready for making ice cream. And all you do, it's so simple and easy. You just pour the cooled ingredients right inside. Like that. I made a little bit of a splash, but that's okay. I can wipe it up really easy. All you do is put your lid back on, lock it into place, and we're going to set the timer for 40 minutes. And we're going to come back after 40 minutes, and it starts to turn. It's going to start churning your ice cream, and when we come back, I'm going to show you a beautiful strawberry ice cream that we made from scratch. So our 40 minutes is up, and one thing I wanted to mention to you is that when your ice cream is done mixing and cooling, you should take it out of the container inside and move it to a food storage container because it'll still be a little soft, and then put it in the freezer so it'll harden up a little bit. It's not going to be absolutely hard when it is finished churning in the ice cream maker. So here we go. I just want to show you how beautiful this came out. It's rich and flavorful and really, really pretty. And it couldn't get more tasty than making fresh homemade ice cream. And honestly, I do it with my nieces and nephews, and they love it. Who wouldn't want a beautiful creamy ice cream or gelato right at home?
Do these jingles take you back to the ice cream truck coming around the corner? Now you can easily make your favourite childhood dessert with the Breville Smart Scoop. It's the first compressor ice cream maker with load sensing that lets you set and forget. This banana frozen yogurt recipe is one of many sure crowd-pleasing favourites that are included in the recipe section of the instruction booklet. Place the paddle securely into the 1.5 quart bowl. The outside needs to be completely dry or the water can turn to ice and cause it to get stuck. Pour the mixture into the ice cream bowl and place it into the Smart Scoop. Then choose from the 12 hardness settings. Turn the dial to the right for harder textured dessert like gelato or ice cream, and dial to the left for softer sorbet and this frozen yogurt. If you want to tailor to your preferred consistency or for a pre-timed recipe, you can mix in manual mode. The optional pre-cool function can be used before both manual and automatic settings and only takes about 10 minutes to cool. That same button can activate the child lock by holding it down for 2 seconds. To make it faster, I'm definitely going to press pre-cool. Great for entertaining, the keep cool setting will keep the consistency of the dessert by chilling and churning for up to 3 hours. There's also an option to switch between Fahrenheit and Celsius. But to alert you to when your dessert's ready, the big decision remains to choose from the jingles, beeps, or a mute option. But that doesn't really scream ice cream. Ice cream usually takes about 50 minutes to churn and chill. But if your recipe calls for chocolate chips, fresh fruit or flavourings, there'll be a ding at about 3 to 5 minutes just before your ice cream reaches its desired consistency. When it's done, remove blade will flash. Use the included spatula to remove the frozen dessert from the bowl into a freezer container. You can immediately serve, or since it's all natural and free from stabilisers and preservatives, It will store for 1 week in the freezer. To prevent ice crystals from forming, put plastic film directly over the top before storing in the freezer. The bowl should be hand washed. Use the included bottle brush to clean inside of the scraper blade. The Smart Scoop, brought to you by the food thinkers at Breville.
Make delicious creamy ice cream, gelato, and sorbet from the comfort of your home with winter ice cream makers. With homemade ice cream, you can avoid additives or harmful ingredients that some companies add to stabilize the cream to keep it from crystallizing. And most importantly, it's fun. Far more effective than budget ice cream makers, the winter ice cream makers feature a built-in compressor freezer that allows for continuous use without the need to pre-freeze the mixing bowl. Winter ice cream makers can be operated in 3 convenient modes: ice cream mode, cooling only mode, and mixing only mode. This ICM 201SB's upright design gives it a small footprint ideal for tighter spaces, and its elegant stainless steel build gives it a polished and professional look. All winter ice cream makers include a BPA-free churn blade. One of the special features of this ICM 201SB model is the stainless steel bowl, which is perfect for any type of ice cream or sorbet mixture. Here's how easy and fast this ice cream maker works. First, have the ice cream mixture ready. Press the power button and then the menu button to select ice cream mode. Pour the mixture into the bowl, lock the lid in place, press start, and watch the unit do its job. The LCD display shows the internal temperature and the operating time. You can add any ingredients such as chocolate chips or nuts to enhance the texture and flavor. In about 45 to 60 minutes, depending on the mixture, your homemade creamy ice cream is ready. Be healthy and creative and have fun making your own frozen treats at home. Please visit our website for the most current winter ice cream maker lineup.